So students, today we are going to learn about cardiac cycle. So what is a cardiac cycle? It includes various steps. So the cardiac cycle is a sequence of events that occur in a heart during one heartbeat. Each heartbeat has different phases through which it goes. The two main phases are one of which is called systole and another one which is called diastole. So what are these phases? Diastole is the period of relaxation and filling of the heart chambers. So the in this phase, heart chambers fill with blood, okay, because the chambers are in relaxed state. And systole is the period of contraction and ejection of blood from the heart chambers. The heart contracts and the blood goes out of the heart. So students, now we shall learn about stages of cardiac cycle. As I said before, the heartbeat undergoes various stages, various sequence of phenomena. So the first stage is diastole phase, where the heart is relaxed and the blood flows into atria from veins. Okay, so from the deoxygenated blood from the whole body, sorry, comes into the atria, which is the upper chamber of the heart. As the atria fill, the pressure builds up, and the atrioventricular valves, which is the valve which is present between the ventricles and atria, okay, it opens up and blood flows into the ventricles. The AV valves then close to prevent backflow of blood into the atria, producing the first heart sound, which is lub. So basically, heart makes the sound of lub dub. Okay, it does not make sound as we used to hear in movies and web series. It makes sound of lub dub, out of which lub is the first sound which is produced by the closing of AV valves. Alright. In the next step, after the atria contracts to push the remaining blood into the ventricles, the remaining blood is pushed into the ventricles by the contraction of atria, and the ventricles begin to contract during the systole phase. So in first phase, the ventricles were in diastole phase, and now it is in systole phase to contract. The pressure in the ventricles increases, okay, and when it exceeds the pressure in the aorta and pulmonary trunk, which lead to the whole body and lungs, okay, respectively, semilunar valves which are present in the same opens up, okay, and the blood flows through them to the whole systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Okay, so this is how the blood ejected from the ventricles. In the next step, once the ventricles have emptied, okay, as it has already pumped the blood, their pressure drops and the semilunar valves close to prevent backflow of blood into the ventricles. Okay, same as AV valves, okay, atrioventricular valves. The semilunar valves which are present in pulmonary trunk and aorta gets closed to prevent the backflow, which results in producing of the second heart sound or dub. So as I said, the first heart sound is produced by closing of atrioventricular valve, and the second heart sound is produced by the closure of semilunar valves. The ventricles then relax and begin to fill with blood from the atria. The ventricles again go into the diastole phase and fill the blood which is coming from atria, which is ultimately coming from the whole body. Okay, resulting in starting of the new cycle. Now we shall see on some key important points. The duration of the cardiac cycle is influenced by various factors, including heart rate, exercise, and autonomic nervous system activity. So when we exercise or do any intense workout, our heart rate automatically rises up. Okay, so the cardiac cycle may get shortened. Okay, so it depends on various kind of factors. At rest, the cardiac cycle typically lasts around 0.8 seconds. So one heartbeat, the duration of the one heartbeat is 0.8 seconds, out of which diastole lasts approximately 0.5 seconds and the systole lasts approximately 0.3 seconds. However, it depends on the individual factors which I already mentioned above. For example, like heart rate, exercise, and stuff. Now we shall learn about regulation of cardiac cycle. The cardiac cycle is regulated by the electrical impulses generated by sinoatrial node or SA node, which serves as the natural pacemaker. So sinoatrial node is a producer of electrical impulse of its own in the heart. Okay, and it is also called as pacemaker. The SA node initiates the electrical impulse that spreads through the artery. So as I said, it initiates the electrical impulse, it produces it, and the whole electrical impulse is spread through the artery, which results the artery to contract. Okay, and this impulse is then transmitted to ventricles through atrioventricular nodes. Okay, through atrioventricular nodes, which as its name suggests, it is present between atria and ventricles. Its function is to delay the impulse to allow the ventricles to fill before contracting. Okay, if the ventricles pump the blood before contracting, before the blood is filled, it will cause arrhythmia, which is known as, which is called uh, the heart is out of rhythm in its heartbeat cycle, right? So this way the heart is cardiac cycle is regulated. Now some extra points are abnormalities in the cardiac cycle can lead to range of cardiac conditions including arrhythmia, heart failure, and valvular heart disease. As I said, if the heart is not filled completely, okay, with blood, especially the ventricles, then and before which the ventricles get contracted, it can cause arrhythmia, heart failure, and even valvular disease. Understanding the cardiac cycle is important for diagnosis and treating these conditions, as well as interpreting electrocardiograms and other diagnostic tests. So electrocardiogram is nothing but a machine which we have maybe seen in hospitals with these kind of lines. I don't know if you have ever observed in any of the relatives or friends of yours who is suffering from any kind of heart disease. They usually need to check their heart rates and functioning of heart through ECG. So it is a very interesting topic we shall learn in future. So that was the end of this topic, and thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and you have understood the whole topic. If there is anything I must improve or any doubt you have, you can comment in the comment section.